Happy Tuesday evening, May 10th, 2022. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Tuesday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Tuesday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, man arrested in connection with killing of mother on boat off New England coast. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Hi. A better internet experience is finally here. With Fidium Fiber Internet, you get ultra-fast gig speeds on a dedicated connection. That's 1,000 megabits per second.
Well, Tom and Jen, 6 years after his mother's death, tonight, 28-year-old Nathan Carmen is behind bars, charged in her murder on the high seas. According to the 8-count indictment just unsealed, Carmen first shot and killed his grandfather, John Chocolos, at Chocolos' home in Connecticut back in 2013. Then, 3 years later, the indictment says the 28-year-old Vermont man killed his mother, Linda Carmen, and sunk his boat during a supposed fishing trip off the coast of Rhode Island. The indictment alleges that both killings were part of a scheme to get money and property from his grandfather's estate, including a house in New Hampshire, and that Carmen also tried to defraud the company that insured his fishing boat. One legal analyst says the case is so complex, it's not surprising it took this long to charge Carmen.
There's an open question about whether or not this murder charge would have ever happened had he not tried to claim $80,000 in insurance benefits. So there's so much going on here, and it's likely that it took a little time for all of law enforcement to get together, share information, and then decide that there was enough to go forward to charge Nathan Carmen with murder.
The indictment also says Carmen got a New Hampshire driver's license and then bought a gun in Hooksett that he used to kill his grandfather. If convicted of murder on the high seas, Carmen faces mandatory life in prison. And the fraud charges each carry up to 30 years in prison. He is set to be arraigned tomorrow. Reporting live, Monica Hernandez, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. 25-acre brush fire burning in White Mountain National Forest. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment is ready to get the job done right. Bring home the Kubota L2501 tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months.
Where best means second to none. MD. Tonight, the fire danger remains high across parts of New Hampshire. Officials say a wildfire burning in the White Mountain National Forest may have started from a warming fire that got out of control. They have interviewed one person in connection to the Centennial Fire. So far, it has charred about 45 acres in Shelburne and has crossed part of the Appalachian Trail. There is a red flag warning in southern New Hampshire right now.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Manchester police trying to identify man who allegedly followed woman from store before sexually assault. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment is ready to get the job done right. Bring home the Kubota L2501 tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months.
Where best means second to none. MD.
Jen, this all happened when a woman was shopping at the 7 Days Market over on Union Street. She says she was leaving, was walking home when a man she did not know came up behind her and touched her in a sexual way. Take a look at this. This is a picture from surveillance video showing the suspect store. And is described as Hispanic or black and heavy set. He's wearing a black ball cap, pants, sweater, and a face mask. Police say this man is known to visit the store often and probably lives close by. If you know who this person is, you're asked to contact Manchester Police. Live in Manchester, Grace Finerman, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. One person dies of COVID-19. 3 deaths more than 2 weeks ago confirmed COVID-19 related in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
When you're watching a home improvement project, quality lumber from our drive-through lumber yards makes...
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive.
Getting a look at the latest COVID numbers in New Hampshire tonight, there are 386 new cases to report, and active cases of the virus are still at 3,900, and 4 new deaths, 3 just confirmed from more than 2 weeks ago. COVID-positive hospitalizations are now up to 97, and there are 24 people receiving treatment for the virus.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Coast to end Saturday service, cut other bus lines later this month. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive.
At daytime, I always take the bus. It's cheaper for me.
For 73-year-old Lourdes Sia, the Coast Bus Line is a lifeline.
Going to my work, I'm still working, and going shopping, grocery.
But beginning May 21st, she'll have fewer options. A shortage of drivers has forced the bus line to reduce the number of buses running and stop service completely on Saturday.
We expect that this will significantly impact many people's commutes and lives. We would not do this if we had no other choice. We simply are out of people.
There are 5 routes that are bearing the brunt of the cuts. Routes 1, 33, 40, 43, and Route 7 is being moved from Saturday to Tuesday.
We're cutting every other run so that instead of a bus coming once an hour on these routes, a bus will come once every other hour.
So it does inconvenience a lot of people, especially when they have to work. That's the only way of their transportation.
Coast says they are aware of that fact, but even with these reductions, people still should be able to get where they need to go.
For example, if you're trying to get to work, you can still get there. You just might have to get there a little earlier than you did before.
Coast says it has boosted pay and benefits in an attempt to attract drivers, but there is a lot of competition out there for people with commercial driver's licenses. In Dover, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. COVID-19 surge looms over busy summer travel season. Let's take a listen to that video from NBC News.
I've travelled all over, telling folks they could save by bundling home and car insurance. But here's the real secret. Eye contact. We just had a moment.
Geico. With an apparent 5th COVID wave starting to grip much of the country, an all-out push for older Americans to get their second booster shot.
We may have to do this for a long time.
All but 2 states and Washington, D.C. are now seeing a rise in infections. Cases nationwide up 50% in just the last 2 weeks alone. Hospitalizations also up, but COVID-related deaths are down 12%. A silver lining?
When you measure where we were even a year ago, so many more people are hospitalized on ventilators, in ICUs, and we're not seeing that trend right now with this current surge.
Asymptomatic New York Governor Kathy Hochul tested positive when she took an at-home COVID test.
Do you see a return to those COVID restrictions, or has that train already left the station?
We're in a far better place because those restrictions are put in place initially because we didn't even have vaccinations. I mean, we now have so much available to us.
Among the uncertainty for parents, graduation season. In New York City, health officials have just lifted the vaccine requirement for public school proms, even as new COVID cases among children have jumped 69% from 2 weeks ago. In Hawaii, health officials have identified 2 COVID clusters associated with 2 high school proms. In Philadelphia, experts are urging teens and seniors to test often.
It doesn't mean that life stops. We're not asking people to cancel weddings or proms or any of that, but it does mean we want to take care of each other.
The world is now looking to South Africa to see how this latest wave will play out. That country's positivity rate is a staggering 30%, prompting concerns that the Omicron subvariant could spread even faster than the original strain. Still, there are very few deaths in that country, which is a very positive sign.
It is a positive sign. We have to take it seriously, though. All right, thank you, Gabe.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. That does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great evening. Good night and goodbye.